Alright, let's talk about exactly how you can set up your own membership site quickly, easily, and cheaply. We're not going to go into great depth in all the technical details, but what I'm going to show you is a structure for setting up a membership site that's very easy to do. Just about anybody can do this. And we'll show you the very basic setup first, and then we'll show you some software that professional internet marketers use and that you can use also that does a lot of the work for you. So when you're ready to move up to that next level, you can do that. All right, so what you need for a membership site is really a couple things. First of all, you're going to need some content. So either you'll need to generate that content yourself by writing it or creating videos or whatever you may create, or you can also use PLR or private label rights. And to find that information, whether it's in the internet marketing niche or another niche, you can simply search Google for PLR, private label rights, along with some keywords from your niche, and it'll show up all over the place. You can download it. It's very cheap a lot of times, and there's some good stuff out there too. And you can, if it's a ebook or a single course, you can split it up depending on the rights that you have. So be sure to check the rights when you purchase PLR so that you're allowed to break it up and resell it and call it your own. You might want to look for something called master resale rights, or MRR. That gives you the right to totally rebrand it and do it with it whatever you want. Sometimes PLR has certain restrictions where they don't allow you to do certain things with it. So do be on the lookout for that. But first of all, let's talk about the simple setup of a membership site that anybody can do. A lot of people have this idea that it's really complicated and there's all this software involved, and there's not. It's very simple how this is done. And I'm just going to scribble this out on Scriblink here. In case you're wondering what this is, scriblink.com. It's an online whiteboard that you can use. And I'm going to grab a red color here. All right, so what you need to happen when people join your membership site is they see a sales page. So we'll call this the sales page over here. And there's some sales copy and headlines and all this stuff here. And you convince them through your sales page to purchase a membership. And maybe they pay weekly or monthly, and you'll need to have that set up in PayPal or whatever your shopping cart or payment mechanism will be. But at any rate, you put a payment button on here. The easiest way I can think of is with PayPal, and you can set up recurring or one-time payments. You could say this is a year-long membership for $97, or it's monthly for $7.95, or whatever you want to make it. So you put that payment button on here, and they go through the payment process. And when they come through that, they come to a confirmation page. Once they've made payment, they come to a confirmation page where you simply ask them to enter their name and email address. And once they click the submit button, this simply adds their name to your email list at Aweber or GetResponse or wherever you may have your email list. So you'll need an autoresponder set up, and that's what this is, your autoresponder right here. And the reason this is so simple, that's an R, is because once they've paid and they've signed up for your autoresponder, you are simply going to send them an email every week or month or whatever your membership terms say that you will do. You will send them an email out to your list, whoever's members, with links in it that will point to your, well, that's terrible, to your website. My whiteboard is very slow. But anyway, you get the idea here. This is an autoresponder membership site setup. Okay? So, let's go through this again. You have a sales page. You convince them to take part in your membership with a payment button. They click the payment button, make their payment. You send them to a confirmation page where you capture their name and email address. Or you can sometimes set it up where you get that automatically through the payment, and they're automatically put on the payment system. With certain types of delivery systems, things like DL Guard is one type of software you can do that with, but it doesn't need to be that complicated. Simply set up a confirmation page. With whatever autoresponder you're using, you will be able to create a capture form, it's called, and you can take that code and put it on this confirmation page to capture their name and email address. Then they're added to your list. And before this is all set up, you have your autoresponder sequence, as it's called, of emails loaded so that they get one every week or month or whatever the membership term is. And each email has a link to your website with your membership content in it. There we go. And each of those pages, it maybe has a special name that they can't figure out on their own, but that is the member content for that month. So whether it's PLR, it's broken up, or a video or something else that you've created, that's the membership. So this is the whole membership. You don't need fancy software to do this. A autoresponder should cost about $20 a month, something like that. You'll need some hosting, which is around $7 to $10 a month, and a domain, which will cost you maybe $8 or $9 for a year. And then you'll need some content, and that might cost you a couple bucks or $5, $10. Depends on the type of content that you have, or you might create some of your own. Very simple system, does not need to be complicated. In fact, you almost don't even need this part of it. You could make the entire membership, let's just undo this. You could make the entire membership just the email. So each email is the content for the membership, and that's it. So it's just like a magazine subscription. It's a paid subscription to regular emails. And maybe there's a limit. Maybe it only lasts for 6 months or a year, or maybe it just keeps going indefinitely and they just keep paying. Now you will have some attrition. People will drop off from your membership, but that happens in any membership site. But this is such a simple model. It's so easy to set up. There's no reason you can't go out and do this today or this week even, or build one of them a week or a few of them each month. It's a great, great simple model. However, you may reach a point where you want something more professional and you have more content. You just want to deal with it a little better at a higher level. So, to do that, there's a great piece of software out there for WordPress called Wishlist Member. And let's see if you can see this. This is it. member.wishlistproducts.com. But if you just look on Google for Wishlist Member, you'll be able to find this software, and it basically turns a WordPress blog into a membership-based content management system. And it's not cheap, but it's not terribly expensive. It's $97 for a single site license and $297 for a multi-site license. And that comes with some bonuses for the more expensive version of it. But really, depending on how many members you have, if you have 100 members at $9.95 a month, well, you've easily paid for the $297, or definitely for the $97 here. So that was easy. You get 10 members, you pay for the $97 just in the first month. So Wishlist Member is what it's called, and it will walk you through installation, how to set all this up, how to do payment, the hide and show, and all these different features. So we're not going to go into that in this video, so you can check that out on your own over here at Wishlist Member. But this is a great, great tool, and there are a lot of big name marketers use Wishlist Member because it's just a great, great piece of software. So when you're ready to move up from the basic membership site, then wish list member would be a great way to go. There are some other things out there you can use. This would be a great place for you to start, however. So I hope you can see how easy it is to set up your own membership site, either just by email or links from email back to your website. Very simple payment system. And then at some point later, you may want to make the step up to something like wishlist member to do a little higher level of membership site. So I hope that opens your eyes, and hope you are able to get your own membership site set up soon, because it can be a very lucrative project and one that's great for your online cash flow.